Hold on. No, I need her to hold.
You're holding already.
Yeah, don't hold it tight. Okay, on 10.
They said
9,
8, 7,
He's got to capture it.
I just want to make sure everybody is in a good position. So if I, you can't see me, I can't see you.
Right.
Okay? So I want to make sure that I see you.
Yeah, but I need to be in the back to really make it work. So I won't mess up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, because they'll.
You really don't have to overlap. You really don't have to overlap. So that's okay.
Come on, don't worry about it. Come on. Just can you put your hand on it?
Okay. So everybody set.
Don't be tight. No.
Okay, go.
Straight line. Okay, 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Justice Born, Darkim Step Soul. Shout out to everybody. So I guess we're gonna wait for the what did I miss, Cruz? Let me go give me a quick drink of water. Got me here with Christ, Lord. I smoke weed. So
was trying to get me to stop.
We got a special guest. Go ahead, like hit him off with some knowledge and wisdom.
Peace. All praise due to Allah on this born day. Allah see the truth. Sight to see the truth, man. The born day. Making things complete, tangible, just doing what it do, man. In the law school, making things happen, adding on to the cipher, doing what we do. Showing and proving that Allah is the God, always has been and always will be. Yeah. It's a beautiful day, man. To be born complete of ultimate self throughout all regions of self. Yeah, that's beautiful. For all those who don't understand that, check this out. Knowledge of self, man, is the key. Stay in tune with self, and you can't go wrong. Hashtag, it starts with you. And with that, peace. Allah to God. Talking about the special guest, huh? Man, oh man, oh man. Ain't nothing like a lost truth, man. Peace. Ain't nothing like a lost truth. Nothing like ready?
Shoot. Got Arabi in the building. All right. Let's see if Arabi.
I don't know about these new jacks.
Arabi.
I'm coming from a whole different cloth. I want for myself, but I want for my brother.
What's the
It's great. What you doing, man? Putting it on pause?
yeah? So what do we have here? What do we have here? Let's get this question up here. Question of the day. Which piece of steel are you? Arabi, you coming on a live stream today? So we can we was gonna deal with some of that medieval history, that you were saying, which can I give a heads up? I don't know how many, we gotta go on hiatus. We gotta get prepared for the new season and everything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's our Robbie. You know what I'm saying? While everyone is considering this question, which piece of steel are you? Right? That's the question of the day. We'll see if we can we start off at the beginning. Got Freedom in the building. Abdul Rahman. You on probation for right now. So what's this here? What's this? Oh, I see what you say. It says the piece with attractive power, alluring to those who want to understand the magnetic that is from Supreme God born. You know what I'm saying? So Abdul Rahman said, "Thank God for the FOI making Elijah Muhammad's way come true." Yeah. Elijah Muhammad is definitely a big brother to the Random Jewels channel. And, I went over there to check it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely, a practitioner of, teachings. So, it was something for me to check out. Prince Divine. But what's the science there, Robbie?
I'm here, baby bro.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So that's what I was just saying.
Right.
While we letting them consider that question right there. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. But I figured we would start right at the beginning of the medieval times with Charles Martel. What's second,
Are
man?
those people present, God?
Uh, who's that?
Are those brothers? Are those people available?
Who you talking about? Which people?
Charles.
Well, now he wouldn't be available now
Charles.
because he passed away sometime in the 700s AD.
A long time ago.
No, I'm
But
talking about the brother who presented the question on the live. Is he available?
well, you were the one who suggested that we go through some medieval history from the Middle Ages.
I'm going to smoke.
Yeah, God. Like
You got along with that medieval stuff.
the Crusades, the medieval time period, 750 years ago.
Right. So, but those times, what sets those times off is the Muslim
European activity. Yeah.
the Muslim conquest.
European activity of the Iberian Peninsula.
Well, in particular, on
And which
the Iberian Peninsula, right? Charles Martel is significant because he was the military leader that stopped the advance of the Moors into Europe. The what do you call it? The kind of learning device that I was given was Charles Martel defeated the Moors at the Battle of Tours. Tours is actually in France, but you know, that is how he kind of fits into you know, the grand scheme of things, even in our lessons. So you know, picking up from there, you know, on the Iberian Peninsula, right? I'm sure you know some of the great warriors that because you're a little more well versed in it than me. You know, some of the warriors on the sides of the Umayyads and Abbasids, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, primarily that starts with Tariq. And Tariq was the brother who took the North African Muslims, not solely Arabs, but Northern Black Africans, across the Straits of Gibraltar, which is named after him. Gibraltar actually means Bridge of Tariq. It's just crushed together. And he crossed the bridge with some 10,000 soldiers. And when he got not the bridge, but the waterway, the Straits of Gibraltar, which is that 60-mile passage between southern Spain and Morocco, as a matter of fact. And when he got to the shores, he burnt all the ships. And he made one of the greatest speeches known to military leaders. And a lot of other um, conquerors have made the same practice of burning the ships. And so he burned the ships and he told them that behind you is the ocean. So if you go back that way, you're going to drown. And in front of you is pure riches and conquest. If we get rid of that corrupt king, whose name was Roderick at the time, and take it over. And within a few hours, they had conquered Roderick, killed him, tore him apart, and started taking over the peninsula. That's how it really all started down there in Spain. Wasn't even called Spain at the time. It was called Andalusia. And from that time, from 700 to 1400, well, actually more like 1300, when the Spanish Inquisition was really hot. Um, a lot of Muslim scholars were born, and Jewish scholars were born in Andalusia, which is modern day Spain today. And a lot of those churches were actually mosques. And they taught them how to plant, how to um, do plumbing, how to get toilets. All of that is what the Moors came. They came with dye for the clothing. They came with all of the technology. In fact, the word mechanics comes from people who come from Mecca. They were the ones who had the ability to build, and that's how the word mechanics comes into the Spanish and English language. And that went on until Ferdinand and Isabella came, and during what they call the Reconquista, and defeated the Muslims and started exiling them along with the Jews into North Africa. That's the whole story in a nutshell, G. The Moors in Spain
Wait a minute.
is what
Yeah,
they were called.
my mic was muted there, but yeah, I think that was a very good first installment right there of some middle age history. You know, and as Charles Martel, he is the grandfather of Charlemagne, and we know that through Charlemagne and his Holy Roman Empire, the leader of the Holy Roman Empire, eventually Frederick, he was the leader of the Crusades. So I think in the next installment, maybe we want to go with that angle and then hit some of the warriors that partook in the power degree in the 114.
Right.
But we can
Um,
save that for a next
okay.
episode.
Another time, yeah, God. We'll talk about Saladin.
Right. Let them digest some of that history right there.
What we spoke about today.
Yeah,
That's positive, God. I'm here on the sideline.
no doubt. So we got one more answer here. The piece of steel with the magnetic that draws near or afar, but with all in all, I will still stand on my square, which is removing unrighteousness. Okay. We got anybody else here? Anybody else here with an answer for which piece of steel are you? Interesting. This question right here actually was inspired. Shout out to Atsukili Bandile. He always comes on. He always checks out the videos the next day, and he leaves a comment. So he left a comment that kind of sparked this topic right here. So shout out to him. Not too many. Not too many, or maybe that's what it is. Do we have a lot of people on today that maybe you're not, that don't know 120 lessons? King Matt, Got some gladiators coming through now.
And I know the good angels. You're out too. Take it with you. Say.
King Math, what say you about the question of today? Prince Divine, which piece of steel are you? Or should I? Oh, you're not on this particular lesson. But I see me as the magnetic. Good answer. But yeah, that might clarify it for you. Right? Are you the piece of steel with magnetic, or the piece of steel without the magnetic? I guess maybe we have mostly today uh, new people to the knowledge who don't know 120. Even though this is the fourth anniversary of the Random Jews channel coming up. Let me see something.
Clap it up, random jewels.
That we uh see here, December 3rd, 2019. So this is coming up on the completion of 4 years. So just saying, after 4 years, you know, it took Elijah Muhammad, that's 3.5 years from 1931 to February 20th, 1934. You know, I think, a lot of us should know 121.
Hmm.
Anybody else? I guess we'll give it 2 more minutes, and then we'll get into the topic. We'll give it 2 more minutes. In the meantime, I guess we might as well take whatever questions now. You might as well. King Matt, you always good for a couple of questions. What's the other brother? The other brother that just started coming on. Double Edge. So Almighty Prayer said, peace to the righteous, Allah you Akbar. My ego would answer the question saying, I am the peace with the magnetic, but you have to judge a man on his works. My attracting powers are nowhere near Elijah. See, the thing is, Elijah not here right now. You are. So, that being the case, you still we looking for you to save us now. Because see, in reality, that's another thing. It just in terms of reality, right? Because Elijah did his job, right? Nobody has to have that kind of magnetic point. Like, see, we all got the magnetic. We just got to do our part now. At that time, nobody else had the knowledge, so he had to do what he had to do. And shout out to him. That's why he got his street. One thing that was, and I'm not trying to nitpick. I'm not trying to nitpick, and but one thing I noticed, right, is that the Malcolm X sign is higher than the Elijah Muhammad sign. Just on the pole, just so King Mav says, don't magnets attract unlike poles? So how do alike poles magnetize? I don't understand what you mean. How many followers? I got coming up on 1800. I got 1790 something. A little over 1790. Yeah. Maybe this year I'll be able to break through to 2000. But I'm not, I don't have a Ponzi scheme that I'm promoting, so that's the way it goes. But yeah, I don't understand what you mean when you say don't magnets attract unlike poles. You said like unlikes attract. But in my head, that means devil attracted to God and likewise. So how do we do the opposite and attract positive? Well, see, like is one. See, when you got something that's unlike, right? Then you got two and one is opposite. You see, your question, right? Your question, it kind of goes back to the answer that you gave. See, your question here kind of goes back to the answer that you gave. See, what you're talking about is the properties of metals that have been magnetized. They've had their uh, electrons, they've had their electrons and protons organized in a particular way where they attract other metals. But see, one thing about magnets, right? See, not the magnetic, but magnets. See, magnets can lose their power. See, that's what you got to understand. This is what, so when I say we the 13 on the clock, you gotta understand and see we not bound by this physical matter, right? Because see, just now I just showed and proved that see my understanding at the very least transcends that. See, Elijah Muhammad getting that sign up there, right? Almost 50 years after he returned to the essence, right? You know, that shows and proves that, you know, his understanding, teachings, and everything transcended the bounds of this physical right here. It transcended the time and the space. You see, the reason why I bring that up, right, is because, you know, when you meet somebody, right, and you know, look, I'm not the 85%. I don't take you on face value, right? And that's to the good or the bad. I don't really make any assumptions about you. But you ever meet somebody, right, and they try to control your assumptions by telling you everything except who they are. You know, like, you know, what is your name? You know, I was taught by this person right here. But what is your name? I'm related to this person over here. But what is your name? This is my tree over here. If you make a statement, show and prove. How do you know that this is a fact? This person over here said it. That person, right, that no one will be able to see even if he dies, they told me. See, that is who you're experiencing. See, don't be confused sometimes when you see the piece of steel with the magnetic. Because the magnetic is not theirs. See, everybody gotta have their own magnet. See, when the brother said you could judge a man by his works, that's his motion, right? That's what he do with his left hand and his right hand. Right? When you got one pole and the other pole, and you make things happen. Because in every cell in your body, you got protons, neutrons, and electrons, right? Cells is the building blocks of life. Atoms is the building blocks of cells. So we say that matter is not created or destroyed, right? So this is what I'm saying. When you really have an understanding of, you know, why you saying you got, you know, but do you have that understanding for yourself, or have you just been around certain inspirational and dynamic people? can see now when you go around that person, guess what? Now you're the piece of steel without the magnet. You're only the piece of steel with the magnetic when that person is not around. It's the time that many of y'all existing in right now. It's the time that many of y'all is existing in right now because, see, the firstborn in general, they're not around. And now you got a lot of people that come around and say their names. You see, be careful. Do not take things on face value. Because, see, let's look at the power degree in the 114. See, they're saying their names to associate themselves with that person. But guess what? If they don't have their own magnetic, then they're using their name to shield their dirty religion. So the Bill degree in the 140 says the sun and moon have attracting powers on our planet, right? Now, what does the next line say? It's something very important there. Something very important in the very next line. Mr. 120, what's the deal? See, see, that's how I know. That's how you know when you're getting older. When you say shit like this, why can't y'all be more like calm as Longley and study your lessons? I don't know what's wrong with the rest of y'all. But Prince Divine, the very next line, let's point something out. King Nav said, me being wisdom, knowledge, I definitely get what you mean. Yeah, see, but look, Allah got come in his own good time. You can't get caught up in what people did in their time. But you gotta master this time. True I master equality. Now, Prince Divine, that's not the very next line. But yeah, be aware of be aware of how people achieve magnetic. See, that's something else in there too. See, because you know how negativity sells? You see, Mr. 120 is there. Mr. 120. Okay.
I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch to the screen guard and then come back because I got
All
to
right.
do some work.
Go,
But I'm
go,
still here. Peace.
go ahead. So you said it is also important to be careful what you are attracting, but check this part out too. You're right about that, right? But what I'm saying right now is going to have an impact on what you're saying in terms of what you attracting. Now, it says, what's the next line after this right here? What's the next line after this right here, Prince Devon? But see what I'm saying is that, you know, somebody, is a person achieving magnetic, right? By talking bad about everybody else. See, that's what happens to some people. You come into the knowledge. See, a person has destroyed Christianity, or they destroyed whatever it was you was dealing with before. They was able to show and prove that that was not right and exact, right? But they can't show and prove what they saying either. So see, in reality, you're not building people up, you're breaking people down. And see, when you break them down like that, right, then yeah, they're going to be attracted to you as the leader. But like you said, now look who you attracted. You attracted followers. Instead of attracting, you attracted followers, you attracted unlike instead of attracting like. People who also have magnetic, right? And you respect that power, right? Power, respect power. So yeah, Prince Devon, I wanted to ask you now how you see that. You see, it says the sun and moon have attracting power, right? But only the sun draws this water up. How about that? What say you? What say you about that phenomenon right there? Almighty Prayer said, if you God with the magnetic and you come across another God with the magnetic, what is the outcome? Y'all supposed to have the same magnetic. See, light is one. See, y'all gonna see that y'all one and the same. Unless you come across him and his magnetic is negative. Now, if his magnetic is negative and your magnetic is positive, are you going to be attracted to him because y'all unlike? Or are you going to repel him away from you because y'all unlike? See, if y'all like, right, you run into another brother like, oh, man, yo, God is peace, man. Yo, God, where you rest at? God, yeah, no dollars. Now we walk miles as one unit. I can roll with the guy. know his degrees, people out here know him. Whatever it is that shows you that, yeah, this person has magnetic. When you walk down the street and places with people know, they're like, yo, peace out. You be with some people he know, and they don't even know you, but they go in the store, they be like, yo, you want a beer too? Oh, snap, yeah, I can build with the guy, man. He's like me, and I'm like him. Because if he's unlike, then what? See, that's how that works. But Prince Divine, you still in it. What say you about that phenomenon? Luke Cage. Yeah, everybody came in too late, really. We already kind of went through the question of the day there. Okay, so wait now. Prince Divine. So you said that what you draw it up from that is the sun had attractive power? Because you kind of said that at the beginning. Okay, somewhere here, I don't know if I'm the one that is, but but so does the moon. I see it as the sun's heat is what draws the water up, and like God's light drawing his wisdom up. Okay, I think y'all missed the question. You said that the Bill degree says that the sun and moon have attracting powers on our planet, right? But it's not rotating around the moon. It says on its way around the sun. And then it says the sun draws this water up. And when we was talking about this, we're talking about magnetic. Do you kind of see what I'm trying to see what your understanding is on the phenomenon that it says that they both have attracting power, right? But it's very specific, right, about what it is that the sun's attracting power does. Mr. 120 said God will be able to draw up and use wisdom to its fullest potential. You say so does the moon, right? Are you saying that the moon also draws this water up? That the earth also makes its way around the moon? That's what I think. I'm saying, are you? Well, let me ask you this question too, because when you said the sun and moon, right? Maybe that's where I made an assumption there. Hold on, let me back up, right? Let me back up. I made an assumption there, right? Were you saying that the sun and the moon were two pieces of steel? Because it is. Did you catch? Did you realize that? That when it says the sun and moon have an attracting power, yeah, that's two pieces of steel right there. So you wasn't okay. Well, so let's start over then. let's start over. Let's start over because you didn't realize that. See, listen, man and woman, two pieces of steel. Father and mother, two pieces of steel. God and the devil, two pieces of steel. And so this is why, I don't know if this is where the question was coming from, is that when you realize, right, that it's all these different forms of attracting power. See, gravity is a different type of attracting power than electromagnetism. Did you ever look at those different aspects of two pieces of steel, Prince Devon? okay, well, Mr. Wine, I guess, look, learn something every day, consume. But so yeah, that was where those questions came from. But I'm saying, right now you have, some, and a new way to do your homework right there, right? Go back, right, and draw up that degree. Go back and draw up that degree now, right? Looking at it with that little bit of jewelry right there, looking at it through that lens right there. The build degree is full of, layers and layers of understanding. There's many currents, cold and warm, swift and changeable. But we got any other questions? Because you know how sky's the limit. Sky's the limit with y'all most of the time. Okay, so we got a question here. What is your interpretation of like repel? Okay, now, which law is this? See, because there's laws of physics in general, but laws of magnetism. Now, Yakub's law was unlike attract and like repels. So you asking me what is my interpretation of Yakub's law? Or you asking me, in fact, you know what? That's actually not Yakub's law. That's the law that Yakub used to build his people. So West Coast wise, you missed a lot though. You missed, you wasn't here. But West Coast wise said, I'm the piece with the magnetic. I'm not the piece that adds to the paper clips though. Here's the thing, Wise. All of the pieces are paper clips. See, the magnetic is something else. See, a magnet can lose its magnetism. See, the paper clip is, essentially, it's been turned into a magnet, through, sharing some magnetic power. But ultimately, that's the case with all of it. Yeah, are you just alive, or are you like yourself? But you're saying, uh, yeah, I'm asking the brother here that said, what is your interpretation of like repels? Can you clarify your question a little bit there? You still there? Almighty prayers. How long I'm staying on it? He said, not sure how I would frame the question, but let's just say two pieces with the magnetic. All right, now I gotta ask you because are you asking me about like LGBTQ stuff? Like is this finish you can is this kind of yeah, okay, you said now cycle that. Okay. So back in I just have to I just have to make sure that's not what you say. But you said let's just say two pieces with the magnet. I mean, I don't get it. But you said, did I catch the last live you did on Wednesday? I don't think so. I think I might have started watching it and then I might have started watching it and then I didn't catch the end. You had to put it on private. Wait, what was the topic? You said as to the question, I was the attracted at 55 years old. I received my first student. He was 60. All right, I didn't miss it. I I didn't miss it, but you said why does Elijah use weather to wait, what was the question here again? Why does Elijah use weather to determine the mindset of the people? What you mean to determine the mindset of the people? You know, why does he use weather you know, as an allegory for people's mentality? Because I don't know necessarily that, you know, Elijah Muhammad is saying, well, if it's raining, then you know, that means something about the people. He said it was playing devil's advocate, but it turned into the culture of I heard God. What the hell are you talking about, Wes? But you said why does he use it as an allegory? I mean, because of how well it works. You know, when it says, you know, that we based our history on our home circumference, right? There's things that we observing right here on the planet, you know, in terms of the activity of the planet, the activity of us on the planet, the activity of other beings on the planet, right? And we make an association. That's what mathematics allow us to do. You see what I'm saying? Like when you have geometry, right? And you're looking at two triangles, right? And you know, you can, you know, that one triangle is big and one triangle is small, right? But by using mathematics and certain measurements, side, angle, et cetera, we can determine that these triangles is like. Or you may have a space, right? That's you might have a space that's let's say it's 7. You might have a space that's 7 feet by 4 feet, right? And then you might have another space that's 16 feet by 2 feet. See, we can use mathematics, right? Or I mean 14 feet by 2 feet, right? And what I'm saying there is that we can use mathematics to determine that we got the same square footage right there of 28 square feet. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, we can draw up these analogies, right? We can see that different things is analogous to each other, right? Because we got the heavens above and the earth below. So, you know, that's the signs, you know, part of the, you know, symbolism that is included in the, you know, all of these books, right? Because now we can relate to it over time, meaning people, you know, 2,000 years ago when they was writing this book, or 1,400 years ago when they was writing that book, or whatever, right? They all experience the sun, moon, and stars. They all experience rain, hail, snow, and earthquake. So where it might be other things, right, that it might be lost on us if we just use it in our context, right? These is things that we can use to draw the truth out. Wait, you said the topic was playing devil's advocate, but True Divine came on and was building on Earth's culture being EYE, her God. See, this kind of tit for tat stuff, man. I don't know what this is about. I don't even know. Do I want to? Do I want to go down that rabbit hole? I don't know if I want to go down that rabbit hole. But that's a lot of this stuff. Look, it's better to let women be the best at what they do, right? Than to have them competing with us. I'm not of this mindset that that everything you know uh what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Because what's good for the gander is definitely not good for the goose. I can tell you that right now. You know, I'm not of that mindset. And I don't know. Maybe that is that what you meant. What's the brother's name here? Is that what you meant? Almighty prayers by like repel. You know. Well, oh shit, you have 7 9 o'clock. So he said he got it from a young guy in Medina. So wait, was the young guy saying that her culture is I'm her God? The world is more complex now. I don't know what to make of it. I have no idea what to make of it. It's 30 minutes of him building on what? That's what I'm saying. Like you could tell me You can tell me right now what it was about. I don't think I need to hear 30 minutes. 30 minutes of that. You, yeah, so good. But did that brother, I guess he left. I don't know what he was talking about. When he said, what happens when two brothers both got magnetic, somewhere down the line, I'm fairly sure he's talking about the piece of steel without the magnetic.
Peace.
All right, so what, what is this craziness, man, that decided to espouse?
Yeah, so me and True Divine, we built on it, and offline, and we built. But it's more so just asking, have you heard of it? Because he basically said that he got it from a young god in Medina, and Malik said the god isn't young. So I think he said Shabi or something like that. He said he's the writer for Hip Hop Magazine or something like that. I don't know, but uh, basically the premise is that the woman can't say her culture is I God because she is not I God, right? So she can't say I God because she's not God, right? So and her culture is I her God, so EYE her God, and basically to do the knowledge to God, right? So instead of I God, as in, so it's EYE her God, so do the knowledge to her God, right? And that would be that's the, I guess, the thought behind that.
See, I mean, see, I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's supposed to only be 24 hours in a day. But some people, they squeezing out like 30, 35 and shit, and they got more time than I got to. Some people is squeezing out like 30, 35 hours out of the day, and they got time to think this kind of stuff up, man. Like, it was lit. And maybe it's because, see, we maybe I didn't ask enough questions. Maybe I took it on face value. You know what I mean? But when I got to knowledge, right, the women's culture was to submit to the will of Allah. And it is, that seemed, complete at the time. You know what I mean? But like I said, we live in, when the lessons was written in 1934, you know what I mean? I don't know if it was that many women aspiring to be construction workers and, all these types of things and show that, it was equal to men and so You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we get the 12th degree and the 13th degree and the 14th degree is different. You see what I'm saying? That's
Hmm.
what I'm telling you, that, look, this is the training for the men and boys. This is the training for the women and girls. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? So, that, but there's that. But, your channel is good for that. Your channel is good for
Nah.
your
You
channel.
see,
Yeah, that type of it was a controversial topic that came up the other day, and I was saying, like, yo, it made me see, it was something, I can't remember what it was, but I started seeing things in a whole new light. Uh, but I know it was something dealing with delusions of modern people. Like I was on Clubhouse again, you know how that is. But all
oh
my
man,
is specifically in the black community, when two people of high attractive power come together, there's always an issue. So how do we expect us to come together if we all have the magnetic? See, that's what I'm saying. Those people don't have high attracting power. See, those people are very insecure about the little bit of pull that they got. And so any threat to that, right? Any threat to that causes an explosion, right? But no, this is not two pieces of steel with high attracting power. You see what I'm saying? Like, look, when uh, you know, two scholars meet, these is, what you're talking about is, you know, two dudes that's there to impress, but everything is on the level of six. If you're talking about a girl who's someplace and some other girl, she has on a nice dress too. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that kind of magnetic clashes because that's not magnetic. See, those are just people that, yeah, they have attractive power, but they don't really have the power to draw this water up. Sim said, I know that one must quote the lessons as written, so it's okay to say what is studied. Hmm. But, see, we went through that in the last live. Let's see, quoting the lessons is not necessarily studying the lessons. See, and and even in terms of, see, that's what I'm saying. Even see, when you just giving the lessons out to people and you ain't really, dealing with them, you're not giving them none of the prerequisite, civilization or righteousness, you're just giving them the lesson. Then what happens when they reach a line where it says Allah is God in the heavens above and the earth below? What they supposed to make of that, right? If they're a religious person. Like if you're a religious person, you're gonna read that and read religion. See, if you're a religious person, you're gonna read the Bill of Destroy degree in the 1 and 40 and think religion. So, just saying, make sure you understand that line right there between quoting the lessons and studying. Teach said, where's the humility? At least if the people truly do the knowledge to what someone else is saying, there shouldn't be confusion or issues. Egos have to be left at the door. Right, that's what I'm saying. These are other things, right, that also might have attracting powers, right? Somebody who, has a big ego, right? Somebody who's very aggressive might be mistaken for somebody that is confident. You see what I'm saying? And when two people like that run into each other, right, then yeah, or if these two people is both negative, then yeah, those things is going to cause confusion, but you know, John Henry Clark and Dr. Ben may have had some disagreements and shit, but I ain't never heard about them coming to blows and nothing like that.
What about your man W.E.B. Du Bois and Booker T?
I
Or
mean,
not Booker T, but Booker T. Washington and Marcus
Mark,
Garvey.
yeah, I mean, they never came to blows. You know what I'm saying? I will say this. Those situations, Yakub, right? And when I say Yakub, I'm talking about his grafted devils, right? Just like our father's name is Allah, right? And we call ourselves Allah, that's what their father's name is Yakub, right? So, yeah, see, W.E.B. Du Bois, right? And Booker T. Washington and Marcus Garvey and all these different people, right? Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. These are two pieces still that he played with and made devil.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But them in and of themselves, without the devil coming to play with that two pieces of steel, they were not for it. You know what I'm saying? But that division, right? Once you see that, okay, they show a small degree of separation, okay, now you can get into your graphic. You see what I'm saying? All you got to do is exploit that separation.
And that's why we got to be one mind.
Whoa. We back to having we call this here? Some kind of
Tinder chat.
yeah, so RDM Chemistry said, I am the alike with the positive attractive power that repels unlike negative power. If we are like scientists with dealing with attractive power, then we should all be adding on positive energy for one common cause to show improve the mind of Allah. So Almighty Press says, will there ever be a time when like attracts and unlike repels? Okay, now look, Almighty Press. You asking me these questions right now. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Right here. I'm gonna do what I'm not supposed to do. I'm going to speculate that you like me. That me and you is like, right? And see how you came on the channel? And see people that, see how these people, this Tinder chat, whatever that shit that just came on, see how I kicked them out? Now see, if I'm correct in my speculation and you like me, then see, like just attracted and unlike was repelled. See, right now, there's people that is going to look at this title, right? They're going to look at this title and say, which piece is still you? They might think about guns or something. And then as soon as they come on and see that I ain't talking about nothing but the black man's God, they're going to get out of here. See, when you build on mathematics, right, and the people that's interested come up and be like, yo, what's that about? Like, I heard you saying, why you saying that? And other people be like, oh, that's that God body shit, man. I'm going this way.
Hmm.
So in reality, when you say, will there be a time, that's been happening
Now,
since at least 1964. You know what I'm saying? But, look, it's had to be before that, right? Because, look, Allah was around Malcolm. Malcolm was around Elijah. Elijah was around, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, light has been attracting, right? And unlike has been repelling. Okay, now Steph Soul. Steph Soul said, who predicted Yakub would make death out based on what? Right? Now, are you what kind of is this? Because this is in 120. The 23 scientists predicted history, right, based on our home circumference a year to every mile, right? Just in case that was a trick question. I don't know if you want to see if I know my degrees. But,
peace, God. I'm going to head out.
all right, no doubt.
Peace.
I don't know if you was testing me right there. I don't know if you was testing me to see if I know my degrees, if I was going to just start freestyling. But that's, is there something else? That's your question. See, that's the type of shit that happens, man, when you grow up around here. Right? When you grow up around here, you always on the lookout for these for these trick questions here. Like you said, I wasn't sure if they were referring to the 23 scientists. Well, in the lessons, that's what they're saying, that the 23 scientists predicted all of the history. Uh, did we finally get to answer your question there, Almighty Press? Steph Soul said, where can I do more research on the 23 scientists? The teachings and writings of Elijah Muhammad. See, you know what you got to remember too, Almighty Press? You know what you got to remember too? And this is to me, right? This is one of the most important phrases in 120 lessons that's not in the knowledge degree in the 1 in 10. Because everybody knows how I feel about the knowledge degree in the 1 in 10, right? But one thing you got to remember is they continue daily. They continue daily. So meaning, you see things going right and you see things going wrong, there's many factors in the environment. You know what I'm saying? And this is why you have to continue daily. See what I'm saying? Because this is what it means when it says, not falling victim to the devil's civilization. See what I mean? Because when right? But you just didn't continue daily to stay vigilant and do, like they say, your due diligence, right? Staying on point, knowing your lessons and studying them and getting a lesson out of it that you can apply, right? Then, people can come in and exploit this kind of thing, right? And cause, original people to like, you know about the workings of COINTELPRO. You know what I'm saying? And how they, used brothers against each other in all kinds of ways. You understand what I'm saying? And that is the reality of our history with them. Is they've always exploited any separation, right, in us. Even to the point of, creating these separations, right, through different treatment. Just by treating these people like this and treating these people like that, you're going to cause a separation. And separating is the first step of grafting, right? We got categorizing, separating, grafting. So he says, how do you gauge if someone has the magnetic? I mean, you have to watch them work. The same way, like if you see, even though we're using an analogy here, right? We're using an analogy here, right? But if you see two pieces of metal on the ground, how do you know which one has magnetic? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the abstract concept of what we're saying. But then there's just the science, of research and experience. A lot of things is empirical. Steph Soul said, I've been trying to understand the Asiatic calendar, but can't find any solid explanation or visualization of it. Any suggestions? Okay. I don't understand what you mean. Well, look, 1934 is the year 15,020. Everything from there is arithmetic. See, maybe, you gotta look at it from this standpoint, right? You gotta understand that everybody really got their own time. Like, see, the Europeans, right? They imposed their Christian calendar on everyone else. But the Chinese people say they got 50,000 years. They got pottery that's 50,000 years old. You understand what I'm saying? In the Jewish world, it's like 57 something. They don't have there's no AD because they don't believe in Jesus. So in the Islamic world, it's the same thing. There's no reset of time, right? Because of somebody that we don't, we're not basing our history on that person. So in every world, like, that was one of the jobs of historians at one time, was they had to match things up, because in this people's calendar over here, this happened in a particular year, and in those people's calendar over there, it happened in a different year. But you can read the events and say, okay, all right, this is the same event. And then once we match up that event, now we can deal with arithmetic and, decipher where all the rest of these events fit on a timeline. Almighty Press says, which black man has the most magnetism in the year 2023? How that scout? Get in touch with my people. Maybe we set up a meet. So Malik. Yeah, see the Torah. That's Moses. That's Moses' teachings. But why you said you split the 6th degree and the 114, and then you put Moses? Or is that two different things that I'm mixing up? Oh, COINTELPRO, yeah. Yeah, COINTELPRO uses a lot of brothers for a tool. You know what I'm saying? But see, this is the thing you got to understand about They Continue Daily, right? Is that, they've discovered that everything just has to be more covert. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning that, once they get busted, right, doing a certain thing, then they say they stopped doing it, but in reality, they just started doing it now with knowledge of how they got busted. So they do it a different way. Well, you see, this is look, we going down the rabbit hole when Trump has come up. When Trump, from where we started off on this live stream to Trump just coming up is that's the thing too. Not telling you to agree or disagree with Trump, right? But do you know where the term scapegoat comes from? Anybody, if you know where the term scapegoat comes from, type one in the comment box. Just go ahead and tell us. But if you don't know, if you're ready for me, just go ahead and type 2 in the comment box. But where does the term scapegoat come from? What are y'all doing? Looking on Wikipedia or something? See, a scapegoat, right? I'm pretty sure it was this is a Hebrew custom, but the scapegoat, whoever's custom it was one goat, right? That they would put like all of the sins of all of the people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's sins, like this goat was supposed to represent everybody's negativity. And so when we banish this goat or we kill this goat, right, then that's the goat is dying for all of our sins. Like we've all been cleansed now, right? We've all been cleansed now, right? It was first coined in the 16th century to describe the ritual animals that the Jewish community placed their sins onto in preparation for Yom Kippur. Like I didn't know in terms of that, but I did know that, now everyone else escapes, right? Everyone else escapes their sins, right? By putting it on this goat, right? And we have all these different, I don't get into that stuff, you know what I mean? But all this Baphomet stuff where the devil is the goat and all that type of stuff. You know, but saying this to say, right, that you got to look at the allegory, right, where there's certain boogeymen that set up around the country, like the guy in Texas, the guy in Florida, Trump, et cetera, et cetera. And then all the other white people act like they innocent. Like they on outside. But in reality, you down with the same shit. Like in the course of your life, right? How many times have you seen the reverse course? Whether it was this party or that party. Melchizedek Salam says scapegoating is just the old spook way of dumping the blame or burden on someone else. It's magical thinking. Yeah, look, if you're really thinking that, if you believe in that, if you're the 85%, but if you're the 10%, then this is just a tool in the strategy. You see what I'm saying? Even the American system, right? Where every 4 years, somebody comes up and says, yeah, see, yeah, that guy, all the stuff that's bad was happening, it's his fault. You need to vote for me. And then they promptly get in there and do the same shit. Steph Soul said they kept the war. Why would you bring that up, Steph Soul? They just trying to, I mean, Katzen, he's trying to make a living. You said, oh yeah, Atif said, Brother Biden said he never build a border wall, not one more inch. Precisely. You know what I'm saying? You're going to come in and say you're going to get us out of this war, but then you promptly get us into another war. And this is the history of the interaction with them. See, they'll come in. See, the Romans came into Egypt, right? And said, look, those Greeks, man, they really been treating y'all bad. Those Greeks, they really been treating y'all bad. They treat you bad, man. I'm saying, you want us to get rid of the flag? I mean, because listen, God, this stuff even works in jail. Where it's like, okay, you want a motherfucker to cooperate with you about something, right? What you do? You line them up. And you be like, yeah, see, you was down with me, that wouldn't happen. Sometimes you need a boogeyman out there when you the 10%. So not saying that he's the good guy, but just saying make sure you watch him 360. Chesedek Samal said, true as the euphemism, the rabbit hole also has a connection to Alice in Wonderland, written by Lewis Carroll. There's a lot of allegories in that joint following the rabbit. Yeah, absolutely. People, uh, you know, things was a lot more symbolic. Just in general, not saying that, of course, if a person is writing a book, then you're writing it for people that's literate. But at the same time, you know, people wasn't all that literate. So these symbols was very important to, for communication. But we're going to we're going to start to wrap this one up. You know, I think we covered some good topics here. You know what I'm saying there. You know, any other questions? Just put them in the comment box to the video. You know what I'm saying? You know, other than that, we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna sign off and see y'all tomorrow. Peace.